you can.
Oh, man.
Nice. A local woman took center stage last night right here on Channel 11, but Yolanda Barber wasn't picked for anyone's team on The Voice, meaning she is back in Pittsburgh now. The 55-year-old has been singing for decades. She finally put her talent on the national stage.
I thought she sounded great. The crowd loved her.
I know.
Well, today we talked to her about the disappointment of losing.
It was a little devastating. It was a little devastating, but I'm proud of the way I handled it, you know, like the pro that I am. But it was devastating to make it that far and no one turn a chair around.
Well, the only place you can see The Voice is right here on Channel 11 on Monday and Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock.
You know, it's very exciting. I'm still like in awe. I can't believe that this is happening. I just can't believe it's happening.
Wow. And so tell me about the experience of being there and being national, like having that national exposure and having the judges there.
I'm still pinching myself, yes. And then you being here, my stomach is floating all over the place. It's just, I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed.
Were you nervous though,
I
performing?
really wasn't. I really wasn't. I wasn't nervous at all about the show. I was just amazed that I beat out 100,000 people at my age, and I know that they're looking for a younger audience. They want, I mean, a younger crowd, or younger contestants, and that's what they got this year. But they got me too. So yeah.
Tell me, so you're standing there, you're singing, and the chairs are not quite turned around. What was that experience like? Because I could tell that you were really giving it your all, trying to. I mean, are you just up there thinking?
It was a little devastating. It was a little devastating, but I'm proud of the way I handled it. You know, like the pro that I am. But it was devastating to make it that far and no one turn a chair around. I thought I would at least get one person to turn a chair around, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going back. I told them I'm coming back for you. I meant that. I'm going back.
What about some of their comments afterwards? Because even they didn't know what to say exactly. They were just
Well,
they were like, huh? Why don't we turn our chairs around?
Well, you know, they said the day before, they said the performance that left the coaches speechless, and I guess that was it, because they didn't know what to say to me. And quite frankly, I wasn't going to ask them after that. I wasn't going to ask them, well, why didn't you turn your chair around? You know, I'm just like, okay. But just to make it that far, what an experience. What an awesome experience. I met a lot of good people there, a lot of contestants, and I just really enjoyed myself. And I missed being away, so that was a getaway.
How long were you away?
A total of 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Where did you audition? Did you audition?
I auditioned in New York. I went through the cattle call. I went through the line. And once inside, it was several hours. Once inside, there were 10 of us in a room, and the gentleman said, everyone can leave except for Yolanda. I like to hit the deck. I couldn't believe it. It was great. It was great. Then I went back to New York 2 days later for the callback. And then I came home for a week and received a call for the executive callback, and they sent for me. Then I came home for a week and received a phone call for the blind audition. Well, you made the blind audition. So I went back for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously you can sing. I mean, we don't need to ask you
Little
twice.
bit.
So, all right. So what do you take away from this? They didn't turn their chairs around, but obviously they said they were in awe of you. And what do you take away? I mean, your life's going to change. I mean, it has probably already.
It changed once I made it through the first callback. It changed then.
And now that everybody's seen you, I mean, across the country,
I
it's different
know.
than, I know you're on a cruise ship, but this is like everybody's seeing you. Our show gets great
It's unreal. It really is. I mean, my heart still hasn't just taken everything in just yet. I'm sure they will. And then to find out, that I was on another show, or they were talking about me on another show earlier, it's unreal. And I don't know what's in store. I don't know what's in store. I look forward to whatever it is, but I don't know what's in store, because I was truly devastated when they didn't turn around. But I handled it like the pro I am, so.
Yeah. Your stomach in knots when did you find yourself like even performing more, just trying to get them to turn their chairs around? No,
that's how I work. Yeah. I'm probably the hardest singer in the city of Pittsburgh. I work.
But what were you thinking when they weren't, like, were you thinking to yourself, turn the chairs? Like, what were you
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. I just like once I opened my eyes and I realized they hadn't turned, oh well, it's okay. Oh well, it's okay. I mean, you know, I knew that they were looking for a younger show. I knew that. But for them to allow me to make it that far, there's the blessing. But two, they're going to get a whole lot of stuff from this, you know, because a lot of people thought it was really unfair. And it was.
Yeah.
It was a little. It was unfair.
So talk about the calls you've been getting today. I mean, have you?
Oh my goodness.
Any agents or
I mean,
what's going
not
on?
agents yet, but I don't know if I could say this, but I know that
Whatever you want.
the Today Show actually had something to say about that, and they showed the clip from last night's show. So that's a start right there. But last night after the show, I had received or Facebook had like 800 posts right after the show.
And what are they saying?
Oh, just amazing things. Just, you know, why didn't she make it? She should have made it. They're crazy, you know, they're stupid, or she should have made it. Just unfair. And so I hope that they see that. I hope they see all of that.
So what's next for you? What are your goals? What do you want to do?
Sing. That's all I want to do. I've been singing all my life. That's all I want to do. I mean, I've done other things. I drove trucks for Home Depot. I was the only female in the region that drove. Yes, as little as I am. And I loved it. It was a good job. And then I drove school buses for several years. And then I got the job with the cruise ship. And so
So
that's...
any singing that you can do, performing, that's what you'd prefer to do?
I
Make
would
an album, go back on a
definitely,
cruise ship,
definitely,
something like that. Okay.
definitely.
But the national exposure obviously is going to help you.
I
obviously.
know,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
know.
And how